Should we get this Eden run going? What is our first pairing of Eden items going to be? Praying for a Pogger's passive. That does a lot of damage. BW6E Z7KJ. My nose is itchy, I'm sorry. D10, we're not going to pop. Our stats seem to be, you know, a little bit below average, but not too bad. Yeah, so the reason D10 sucks, and I'll demonstrate right here, is that it doesn't just roll into enemies of the same chapter. It's literally any enemy in the game, and it usually ends up being bad. Now, you could use it late game, sure. But it can still roll into late game enemies, and also, who's taking D10 to the late game with them? You know what I mean? Like, who's doing that? Not me. And now we're stuck in this room fighting this guy for God knows how long. My nose, dude. Whenever I stand up when I'm streaming, my nose just gets terrible. Oh. Well. It's been a fun run, you guys. I'm really glad you guys stuck this out with me. You know, it's really hard being in my position. You guys know how it is. It's extremely handsome, extremely ripped. Oh, there's enemies back there. Why did I pop this? You know, very skillful. I'm not very lucky. You know, I much more derive my success to skill and not luck. So this and my good looks, of course. So this is kind of, you know, where we sign off for today. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, they made it to a downgrade thing. That was the right choice to do. Wow. Would you believe it? It's Friday once again. Wait, today's Sunday. I don't know David Lynch's voice for saying Sunday. Would you believe it? Another glorious Friday. That's my David Lynch impression. Someone's gotta know what his voice sounds like. He used to do these things on YouTube and Instagram where he would do David Lynch's daily weather report, and he would do Los Angeles weather for about like a minute every morning. Would you believe it? It's Friday once again. Sunny in Los Angeles, California. They were great. Then he stopped posting them onto Instagram for whatever reason, and now they're only on his YouTube channel, which I don't check too often, so I kind of miss having the David Lynch read me the weather segments of my life. It was like during quarantine, I think, is when he started doing them, and it was just they're very uplifting. I don't know if that's like the word I would use, but like whenever they came across my feed when I still used Instagram and other social media, it was just a nice feeling. Having this you know, older person just tell me the weather like he's on a news or radio broadcast. It's fitting. And you know, it wasn't my weather. I don't live in California. I don't want to either. I'll tell you that much. But I still, even though it wasn't my weather, I still enjoyed hearing it. Our damage has to be, yeah, it's pretty cracked, I will say. Good director, even better. Weatherman. I have to. I shouldn't have. Now we gotta fight 2 bosses in here. We'll be fine, dude. There's no risk. Again, like we've seen this 3 red chest room. It's our 7th time seeing this. Sorry, it's 7 times now, and we've only ever gotten a reward out of it once. And it was Guppy's head. Last run. That's it. It's always been spiders, blue fly. I guess blue flies are a quote-unquote reward, but I wouldn't classify it as a reward. Before it was just enemies of the same chapter, Bray, and then it was to enemies that are just a straight downgrade. So, yeah, they're trying to make every item at least usable, which I respect. This is bad in Rebirth. However, the game has given me 2 damage upgrades and 1 damage multiplier with that. I think I have to. I think I had no other choice there, really. I'm gonna wait this out. Okay. That's actually quite good. We will take that. I'm going to make this. Yep, we're fine. How much damage do we do now? You know, we actually do solid. Maybe even better. Well, it's not better. That's for sure. It's worse. But it has synergistic potential. If we get Mom's Knife on this run, I'll be very upset, which I don't think can actually happen. I think it's an unlock now that I think about it. So, I don't know. I do like, and I was a soy milk defender in Rebirth as well. I thought it was a fun item. But you have to recognize it is legitimately bad. It's not good. It may be fun, but it does make your DPS a whole hell of a lot worse. But I'm going to stick it out because I like the item and the game has given us fantastic luck so far. And I skipped a full run reroll last run. So I almost feel like I'm obligated to partake in the Zane, or I will offset my universal karmaic balance, if that makes sense. You don't want to piss off the karma god. It's for the follow of some random moron. Not me calling you that. Yet you named yourself that. You can't be mad at me for that one. And Dalfer as well. Thank you. What is, we have a key? No, I want to give some more money to my machine. I don't want to offset my karmaic balance, though. That's a real fear that I have. That one day, I will just constantly choose to have a consistently good life, and the world will say, no, you can't have that. You can't have that. Something bad has to happen to you eventually. If you don't do it yourself, I will. That's what I'm trying to avoid in this long-winded conversation. I didn't call him that, Green Puff. You're spreading misinformation, and I'll have you sued for defamation if I have anything to say about it. You will be in the ground. I will take everything that you own. Maybe you're the real moron, huh? Don't sue me for that one. We're getting so much. If we didn't take soy milk, we'd be at like the damage cap for the menu right there. That's our 3rd damage up. Oh my god. We can go bigger than Gimpy. But don't take soy milk, brimstone, or Mom's Knife. They don't have synergies in this game. And it's very bad. It's very, very bad. Soy brim is just to charge your laser still. I don't like this room. It's very difficult, which is why it's a good room to have in the game. But it doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. And Wiz is going to be a bitch trying to kill these hosts with this current DPS. Oh, never mind. It wasn't that bad. Try me. I'll have my lawyers contact your lawyers here pretty soon. And we'll see who the real moron is after all this is over. My voice is gone. Help. My voice is just gone. I felt it go away from me. You can feel when your voice leaves you, and that's when it left me, was right in that moment, and I was trying to own you epically. My voice just disappeared. That's the karmaic balance, man. I took synth oil. Too much damage. Expect no more comments. I got Cosmic. I got the fish god to leave me comments. Except for that April Fool's Day where he said, don't praise the fish god. He's done that every year, man. I've been posting Isaac for, what, like 3 years now? Every April Fool's Day, Cosmic says, don't praise the fish god. So, I don't know. Yesterday kind of was heartbreaking to hear that. I know it was April Fool's Day, but even on April Fool's Day, I still praise the Lord. You know, I wouldn't disobey my man like that. The fish god has very harsh consequences for those who don't praise him. You wouldn't know it based off his lovely demeanor, but the fish god's pretty brutal, man. You know, he sent that flood that killed 14.4 million people in 1907. Dude, BFF would be kind of crazy right now. I have no money, though. Did I break character on April 1st? Oh, you're talking about Cosmic. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's the one day you can. Another holy water. Another holy water. Another holy water. Okay. I'd be clicking my heels together like I was Irish if this was repentance, but it's not repentance. I'm gonna just do the other Irish thing and then just drink myself to sleep, I think, at this point. So that's fine. Oh, I walked just right into that guy. And HP is extremely vital right now because I have goat head. So keeping my HP high makes the run get better. Which is why I'm going to walk in here and risk losing. Hey. We got to time this thing out. I'm going to keep my bombs rotten head for the boss fight before I walk in there guns a-blazing. I mean, we could bomb the machine and try to get BFF, but it's not like BFF Holy Water is anything to go for. But Holy Water, their BFF Distant Admiration, is actually quite good. I'm going to say you are right here. Thank you. And shoot normally now. I'll use a bomb here. I'll use a bomb here. Thank you for those two. It's time for the ASMR part of the streak where I get really quiet because my voice has just disappeared on me. I have to record more Flash Isaac in a couple days too. Yeah, you really can. You really can. Because we didn't die in Eternal Edition as of me recording this. I just wanted to take a quick break and play Rebirth. Plus, streaming Eternal Edition is bad only because the full screen option like destroys my PC because it's in a different aspect ratio. So it lags my entire computer and it's really frustrating to have the mouse on the screen. So I just don't want to stream Eternal Edition. I just want to play it off camera, get the runs in, and then be done. We're going pretty well on that one though. Okay. A little bit of HP. A little bit of Monica by my side. Early on, it's worth. It does reduce your pickups by 33%, but when they do drop, it will be double. So it kind of evens out, but the chance for gain there is pretty nice. Curse of the Unknown gives you no... As a kid, this room was hell. I didn't know how to beat this room. Now I'm doing it with my eyes closed. Not really. Blindfolded Isaac will never happen. Please. Thank you. Well, it happened that one time, and it didn't go well, so never again. Maybe in the future, we'll do, like, guided blindfolded Isaac. Maybe I blindfold Alexa, and I have to keep him alive. And if he dies, I lose the challenge. He's been doing all those roguelike videos recently, so that could be a fun thing for him. We do guided Binding of Isaac. We do multiplayer. That's really good at having multiple, at least having tier effects on my millions of shots going out is pretty good. When it's slowing too, because Ball of Tar is one of my favorite items. It's not that great, but this slowing effect destroys enemies. Because Rebirth's slowing effect slows things down much more than anything else does. In the future, they kind of reduce that, but you can see just how slow they really do get. I wish Holy Water did something, man. And I wish I wouldn't have taken Soy Milk for the meme. Okay, there we go. Oh, you're alive. I could have taken a big hit of hearts right there. That would have been a whole heart of damage had I touched that small black goop on the ground. That was a bit terrifying. It just gives you more. Yeah, I mean, it gives you more stuff on average. But the reduced pickup rate can really screw you over. You don't want to take it. Well, no. You do want to take it when you're on the chest. But if you're looking for a specific item, I did some math for this back in the day. You don't want to take it late game. I forget the reasoning why, but if you're just looking for items in general, you don't want to have it on the final floor because it reduces your chest stuff. And yeah, they'll drop 2 when they drop, but it's okay, we're at 2.5 hearts. It's still not, you'll still have less items overall. Okay, 1 red heart, 2.5 blue. Oh, tears down. I don't want either of these. I'm gonna go buy a soul heart because I do not like my HP right now. I really don't. I figured. I was ready to shoot because I knew it was gonna be this jackass. He still doesn't have his greed hopper heads. They're just those guys, or does only ultra greed spawn those? I don't remember. I don't know anything about this game. Yeah, I like the visual effect of Ball of Tar, and I think slowness is like one of the most OP effects in the game, so it's pretty alright. Okay. Nope. Not that way. Thank you. I just gotta play, Jesus Christ, a little bit safe. I did make the rule where I have to go as far as I possibly can on a run, which means picking up Goat Head ensures that I have to go to fight Satan. So this run will regardless, whether we die or go to Satan, it's going to Shoal. This is a run where I'd rather have it not do that. While our DPS is fine against bosses, no animation, that's cool. Regular enemies are what really bogs us down. PhD would be insane. I'll even go for an early one. Nice. I believe that gives us a little bit of HP, but we won't be able to know because we've had this for 2 floors. Oh, golden key. How did we get that? I have no idea. Put that thing away. There are children around here, Isaac. Don't pull that head out ever again. Oh. What floor? We can fight the boss right away. We know we have at least 1 red heart and 2.5 blue hearts. Maybe we have an extra red heart as well. I think PhD just heals you though, but it may be used to give you an extra container. I honestly forget. Got his ass right away. Three bomb flies. Jesus. Okay, another one. Double bomb on him. Triple bomb on him. At least 2 red hearts in a Krampus fight. No. Not a Krampus fight. And nice. Do we have 2 guppy items? Do we? I think we only have 1. I think 9 lives just gives you the parasite. Unless we touched a guppy item earlier in the run. We go back for our item room. 9 lives gives me a lot of confidence. The mark for extra damage as well. Pretty good. Stat-wise, we're doing a lot better than I previously would have assumed we'd be doing right now. So I'm back in the field of being confident in this run going to Satan. I could realistically beat Satan hitless if I had the 9 tries to do so. It might take us all 9 tries, but I think we have it in us to do that. I think we do. I've had to tell you guys. So, you know my obsession with deep dish pizza. I like a good za. I'm a za connoisseur. Everybody's a za connoisseur. It's like the #1 thing you are when you eat like a fucking child still, which I do. And there's this chain restaurant in the Midwest, mostly just Chicago and Wisconsin, called Lou Malnati's. It has great deep dish pizza. Great deep dish pizza. And we found out on Valentine's Day that they ship internationally across the country. So we thought we would buy ourselves some Lou Malnati's pizza for Valentine's Day. And we did, and it tasted amazing. I loved it. I really missed that pizza place. And my aunt, who was also raised near us in Chicago, she was like, man, I kind of want to have some of that now. And I was like, wait, did we have an empty? Oh, wait, how did we have an empty red heart container? I don't know how we had an empty red heart container. But my aunt, who was raised there too, wanted some of the pizza. So she cut a deal that I would walk her dog in the mornings, on weekends when she wasn't working, because she doesn't want to walk her dog because her dog's kind of loud and annoying. And if we did that, she would order, collectively all of us, some of that pizza internationally. And it turns out that ordering 6 pizzas to ship to you from the Midwest is actually cheaper than going in store in the Midwest and buying 6 pizzas. For some reason, their shipping is free, and buying in bulk gives you an extra 7th pizza as well. So we have a bunch of pizza sitting in our freezer, and we ate some last night, and holy shit, I cannot wait till I move back, because the food in Wisconsin, compared to the food in Texas, it's like comparing, like, Attack of the Clones to Empire Strikes Back. The food here, it's just... They don't do a lot of good things with the food down here. it just doesn't taste very good. Wisconsin it's the cheese state, and I have cheese on like everything that I eat because I love cheese. I was raised in the cheese state, first of all. So when I have cheese with pretty much everything, and the cheese down here is not the same quality as the cheese in Wisconsin, it's noticeable. And same thing too is the meat. Wisconsin's a big farming state, and Texas is a pretty big farming state too. But because Texas is like steak farming and ground beef and all that is so high, what the farmers will do usually is either sell the good cuts off to places in the city and give the shittier cuts to the places in the store. So Texas is so good at farming beef and red meat that you eat worse red meat because the good stuff goes to the fancy places in Dallas or Fort Worth. So buying like ground beef at Walmart, it's not the same as Wisconsin where it's all pretty even. And also there's just better restaurants in Wisconsin. The South may have like In-N-Out and Raising Cane's, but Wisconsin has Culver's and Cousin Subs, which beat those out by a long shot once again. Because you can get, you know, like Cane's quality chicken at a lot of places for the same price. You really can't get like a Cousin Sub quality sub from a place like Subway. Another thing, all the sandwich shops down here, only one sub shop. I've been to 4 sub shops down here. Only one of those shops offers a meatball sub. As most of you know, my personal favorite. You know what that place is? It's fucking Subway. You can get Subway anywhere. Cousin Subs meatball subs, they fuck. This is like, Subway meatball subs are like virgins. Cousin Subway subs are, I don't want to say sex addicts, but they have a lot of sex, is what I would say about those subs. And I miss a good quality, I wouldn't say quality, but I miss a good, you know, not complete trash meatball sub. I'm moving back in June. June 1st is my move-in date, so expect videos to slow a bit in the month of June. Maybe I can get some extra ones out. Oh, PhD is huge. But expect videos to slightly slow it down. I plan to do a subathon when I move into, or some kind of like long stream, but you know, we'll see. Hoping that the TCS blindfold video will do well so I can, you know, pay for most of my moving prices, and then I'm hoping that I'm gonna do like a follow-up to the grass video because people like the grass video for touching water, and then I'm gonna finish off that trilogy with touching, or with how fast can you die in each Lego game, not using 1P2C. Like just, because you can just kill player 1 with player 2. I want to see the earliest place you can die in the first level of Lego games. Please perish. Our damage set has not even reached 2 yet. We're gonna get there though. Just you wait. So those should hopefully do okay. And then my moving price will be reimbursed. Hopefully, because moving is pretty expensive. We signed our lease. I don't know if JT is in the chat, but we signed our lease a couple days ago. The down payment is equal to 1 month of rent, which is fairly standard. I'll give them that. It's fairly standard. It's expensive, but it's standard. Or it's not down, the deposit, sorry, not down payment. The same kind of thing though. And my tax appointment was also the same day as that. And because I'm self-employed, I don't get a return. I end up usually owing more money to the IRS. I don't get money back ever. So I had to pay the IRS an extra like $600. And because I go through H&R Block, because I don't want to do my own taxes because they're confusing for self-employed, I then owe H&R Block like $400, which is egregious, by the way. I'm dropping them after that. Like, I thought it was expensive last year because I owed money to the IRS still, but it was just, their price was just that much. So I'm dropping H&R Block, and I'm gonna find, hopefully somebody else just knows how to do taxes. I'll pay them like $100, you know. It's very unfortunate. So I don't even know what documents to use. I looked it up. She was using a completely different document than I was using to do it online before I just gave up and went back to H&R Block. So I don't know how I did it that wrong or that poorly, but I did somehow. I did. I should use Lemon Party next stomp. I shouldn't use it now. I'll save it. Beautiful. Sure, more tier rate, and you. That's Guppy. Touch that first. And now we have Guppy. And we also have 3 hearts per respawn. Wait. We have Guppy soy milk. Is this still really good? I hope it's really good. So yeah, I lost like 2,000 bucks in one day, which is not going to put me out of the bank, but it sucks a lot. So I'm hoping the algorithm blesses me and that posting that shit post does not kill my channel, because it very well might. Posting a top 10 hottest Lego video game characters might fuck up my channel forever, but that's the price you pay for just telling it as it is, you know? There were people in the comments that were legitimately trying to argue or like make a case for a different Lego female being the hottest. The point of that video is it's a dumb thing to say because they're plastic toys. That's the point of the video. I think if anybody missed that, that's on them. If you thought for a second I was legitimately like, yeah, I think Lego Princess Leia is a babe, I think you gotta reevaluate. You gotta make a change. People were like, there were some joking ones too, which I can tell when it's joking and when it's not. But if you're genuinely trying to argue which plastic brick is hotter, I don't know. That's kind of like the modern day version of like survival of the fittest. But for like cancel culture. Like if anybody, imagine if like Ryan Reynolds or some shit was like posted like how hot he thought fucking Wild Style was. It'd be kind of weird. Like you'd be like, dude, number one, that's a toy. Yeah, it's, and number two, like, I don't know. It's just weird. It was, I think it was a pretty good video. I wanted to do an homage to the Sonic one, but not make it a ripoff. I wanted to add some extra stuff in there, but I wanted to stay faithful to the overall format of it all, I guess. The holy moly thing is good. Another damage multiplier. Doesn't stack, but still, holy shit. My favorite part of the video was actually a thing I added by accident and then kept going, was the repeated like metal pipe dropping sounds throughout it. That was an accident. The second one I put in there was not supposed to be there, and I heard it when I was watching it back, and I canceled my export and I remade the video with more metal pipe sounds in there. It fucking killed me when I heard it, like, and it surprised me. I think JT was saying his favorite part was when Desi says, "Really? The Lego shit again?" That part was pretty good too. Thanks to Desi for helping out with that video, and Zach. You know that they both made that video what it was. Zach was the guy in the black who talked about Harley Quinn and the Statue of Liberty. But fun fact, because Zach lives, 1,500 miles away, Desi dressed up like Zach to choke me out with the belt, so it looks like it was Zach. So that was actually Desi, believe it or not. Which was that was the one thing we had to do because we were like, I don't want to fly to Wisconsin to record a top 10 hottest Lego females video. So that's how that one went. Oh, yo, Empress card is kind of big. I'm gonna probably, what I want to do is I want to buy a better camera when I move, because I know Zach wanted to do some like super mega styled vlogs, and I just want to have a better camera for doing like live action segments for videos. So I might, if I can recoup some money from moving, I might splurge on a DSLR, because I found a cheap one for like $250, which I say cheap and it's $250, but still, you know what I mean. A Tears Up is less DPS? Why? I've been popping Tears Up pills the entire run. I don't know the math behind that. I'll bite. nothing of value was... Well, that was 2 soul hearts. Oh, I see. Well, you're not really losing DPS. You're just not gaining any. It'd be better if you didn't have soy milk, I guess is the point of that, but... You're not really... Because, like, you wouldn't have this much DP... Well, you wouldn't have this much tier rate if you didn't have soy milk, but yeah. Yeah, the Super Mega Vlogs are my favorite part of that channel. They're the #1 reason why I found them, and I still watch them. I watch every video. I watch every podcast, every Let's Play. They're by far and large my favorite YouTubers. Favorite authors, I should say. And Zach's a big fan of them too. So we're talking about doing like a series where we just try to cook food. We have no idea what we're doing. We wanted to call it like 3 white guys cook a chicken or something and do it in that same style. Go to the store and buy it and all that. But I don't really have the personality, I think, to like want to record in public. Though the Woodman's runs we go on are pretty fucking great. The hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life was in a fucking Woodman's. It was over this winter break when I was on vacation. We were trying to think of the funny gag to pull at the New Year's Eve party, which ended up being just putting random foods in our jacket and pulling them out in the middle of the party and eating them like snacks. Like we had olives and marshmallow fluff. But when Zach brought up the idea of like me having like a cheese dip in my pocket and him putting like a breadstick in there, I fucking fell over in the Woodman's laughing. It's so dumb. It's not even that funny. But like just the idea of that happening at a party where we know essentially nobody is just hilarious to me. I couldn't keep composure long enough in those videos to keep them like feeling legitimate, but I would want to try it. There was a good bit. I'm sad that it didn't go off the way we wanted. Nobody paid attention to it. Like, I don't think anybody realized it was weird. I think when like they saw us put the like pull out the marshmallow fluff from my jacket and get it into his pie or whatever, which was also pretty good, like just fingering the fluff into the pie. I don't think anybody gave it a second thought and didn't realize, wait, that's kind of weird. I think we played it off too organically because people saw it, but nobody reacted. I don't know. I feel kind of like, it's like when you say a thing you think is funny and everyone's just on their phones and just keeps scrolling. You know, that's what it felt like. It was like one of those like heartbreaking feelings of like, fuck, dude, I put so much time into that bit and nobody thought it was good. So I'm hoping that next New Year's Eve party, which I don't even know what's happening, because the whole reason that first party happened is one of my friends had a girlfriend who was visiting from a different state, and we threw it because she was up. But from what I understand, they've broken up. So I don't know if we're going to do another New Year's Eve, like rent an Airbnb and have a party again. We probably still could. I mean, you know, with everybody coming back from college around that time and all that sort of stuff, we could totally still do it. But I guess we'll see. Every wrong way, no. It's a kind of a quick run for a soy milk run in Rebirth, though. Not bad whatsoever. I hope we do more like that, though, like Halloween stuff. Well, we like I will say, I think that I'm a decent like actor when it comes to just like playing off a bit. I can hold in a laugh pretty well. I did theater in middle school, but Zach's also really good at playing off like dry humor. So I think we may have played it off too naturally. We were laughing our asses off outside, you know, getting the bit ready, but I think we did play it off a little bit too naturally. For those who are unaware, we had a bit where my friend Zach bought an apple pie, like one of those little, you know, snack ones, took out the apple pie filling, and I had marshmallow fluff in my jacket pocket in the middle of our New Year's Eve party. There was like 40 people there. We had no idea who half of them were. Zach was like, oh, my pie came empty. This is so weird. And I was gonna be like, hey man, I've got some fluff in my jacket if you want it. And he was gonna put his fingers into the fluff and then finger it back into his pie. We ended up using a spoon because the finger thing I think was too much to the bit. So we got a spoon and did it. But as it went down, the conversation went perfect. Everybody was hearing it. They were playing Mario Kart and we were like all in the same room. So they were attentive. They were playing Mario Kart, some version of Mario Kart, I think. And he spooned it into his pie, took a big old bite. He's like, thanks, man. And I saw some people saw it and just, you know, shrugged it off like it was a normal thing. Maybe the people just didn't want to be rude. I'm like thinking, those guys are fucking weird. But it never got brought up again. Nobody brought it up. I haven't heard about it since. The one friend we have who did see it, who knows us and would have like called us out for it, just went back to scrolling Twitter. Just went back on his phone, doing whatever the fuck he was doing. Never leave a brother hanging like that in the bit. Never. We should have had a plant in there to be like, what the fuck are you doing? To make sure it goes off without a hitch. We need a plant next year. We need somebody to be in there to help us urge it along as like a bystander. Like how I have people post on Reddit for me because I don't have a Reddit account and I want to still promote my videos. Post my videos on, hey, if you have a Reddit and you want to help a brother out, you see a funny video of mine, feel free to post it. I don't have a Reddit account. I will never make one, but I still want to post my videos onto Reddit because there's a wide user base over there. Oh, no card animation for Empress, huh? Get some good. I gotta time that. I gotta get some good timing though. I gotta figure out what the timing is. I just kind of eyeball it. And you're a goner. Okay. Goodbye. That was a very quick Satan. Still only like less than 1 damage, but that's all right. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Holy shit. You can touch the hooves. Get your orbital in there, son. Well, well, well. That is yet another victory for us. Unlocking, oh, the Book of Secrets. Yay. Well, thanks for watching, I guess.